Welcome to the Dickensian summer of 2026. Hello there, fellow bookish beings. It's Jessica, the bookish Filipino who wants to get serious in her love for books, share her imperfect adventures, and maybe meet some kindred spirits along the way. And welcome to the first vlog of what I'm calling the Dickensian summer of 2026, where I'll be uploading every day this week as I head home to the Philippines, read Great Expectations, and hopefully survive both airport anxiety and Charles Dickens. Last year, I brought Oliver Twist home with me, and this year, I'm continuing what I hope becomes a yearly tradition, where every summer vacation, I'll read one Dickens novel. I don't know, there's just something fitting about reading Dickens while traveling. His stories are always journeys in one way or another. Characters leaving home, searching for something bigger than themselves, getting hopelessly lost before eventually finding where they belong. Just like my life. Let's back up to 24 hours before my flight. I've been so anxious about this particular trip that instead of packing my suitcase a week before like I usually would have done, I procrastinated by lying in bed in my facial masks, napping, reorganizing my bookshelves, and somehow convincing myself that bringing 5 books just in case was perfectly reasonable. Because apparently there's a version of me that genuinely believed I'll finish 5 books during one vacation. Spoiler alert, I won't. Eventually, I managed to zip my suitcase shut and somehow made it to the airport ridiculously early. And normally I'd appreciate having extra reading time, but this time, not so much. You know those moments when you're technically reading, but your eyes are just scanning the page? Like you're looking at every single word, but your brain has quietly decided to think about literally everything else. Like, did I forget my passport, which I did not? Did I lock my apartment, which I did? What if I missed my connection, which I probably wouldn't? Should I have bought more chocolates to give away, which I really shouldn't have because I bought so much already? Meanwhile, Dickens is introducing characters, and I'm just looking at his words. As great of a writer Dickens may be, he's still not beating the amount of anxiety I was feeling at that moment. Eventually, I boarded, settled into my seat, breathed a little, and put on Scream. Yep, the OG slasher movie. And then I restarted the book all over again. And Scream functioned as just like my weird background noise that helped me concentrate on the book. By the way, did you know that before becoming one of England's greatest novelists, Dickens actually worked as a journalist? And you can really feel his observational eye almost immediately. You know, the second time around when my brain is actually functioning and I can actually visualize what he was writing. Great Expectations itself was first published in serial form between 1860 and 1861, meaning readers originally experienced the story one chapter at a time, waiting every week to discover what happened next. Within the first few chapters, we're introduced to little Pip, who lives with his strict sister and her gentle husband, Joe Gargery. While visiting his parents' graves one cold evening, Pip encounters an escaped convict hiding in the marshes. And so terrified, he secretly steals food and a file to help the man remove his chains. Which, if you think about it, is such a small decision. But as with most Dickens novels, of course, one seemingly ordinary act changes the entire course of someone's life, and eventually everything connects. After this, Pip is invited to the Satis house where he meets the wealthy Miss Havisham with her adopted, cruel, and beautiful daughter, Estella. And so it was here that Pip felt ashamed of his origins and dreamt of becoming a gentleman. And despite being written more than 160 years ago, I felt Pip's insecurities. You know, the desire to become someone better, to be worthy, to escape where you came from. I definitely had a time in my life where I wasn't proud of being from a small town. And I think that's why Dickens continues to resonate. Yes, the settings are Victorian England, but the emotions and the themes are still very modern. And while everyone around me was sleeping, I couldn't, so I just kept on reading. And for some moments during that flight, I wasn't thinking about the series of events that will be triggered once this trip is over. I was simply with Pip, thinking and feeling what he thinks and feels. And it's funny how books do that. They don't necessarily erase our worries, but they make room for something else. And 15 hours later, the sun was beginning to rise. And just like that, I was almost home. One day closer to all the changes about to come. Thank you so much for joining me on the first day of this Dickensian summer. This Friday, we'll continue reading Great Expectations in Manila. I'll see you in the next volume.
Yeah! Woo! Thank you po, Termanong driver.
That's lang.
Post na